Alright, so we're going to Tractor Supply. I'm gonna grab us some interior paint. MF or gray? Is that what color we're gonna use? Well, we get a lot. Massey Ferguson gray. I think that's what we're gonna go with, but I really wish they had it in a quart. What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Hope you all had a good 2025. It was a wild year for me. Super stoked on a lot of stuff. Really excited for 2026 with the Corvette. I think that's really going to be a game changer with my program and my driving. So on that topic, we're going to get going on finishing prepping the inside to get it ready for paint. Hopefully get some paint laid down today. I would really like to get that all completely painted on the inside. That way you can move on to other stuff. And then once I get back into the interior, the paint's fully cured. I don't have to worry about really nicking it or scratching it. So gonna get some stuff moved around in the shop and get going on prepping that for paint. Alrighty, so I got the whole interior prepped, scuffed. Everything's wiped down. I think we're ready for paint. I've got as much taped off as I want to. I'm gonna just go ahead and like paint the edges that are yellow and stuff. All the rockers are gonna get painted. The gray, I'm gonna try just to avoid that, but it's gonna end up getting scuffed and painted whatever color I do anyway with the car. This is just exterior, interior. I want to do the frame this color. The full interior this color. I think it's a nice dark gray. I think it'll kind of match with anything or go with anything. So I think it'll look really nice. So I'm gonna mix up some paint and we're gonna get everything sprayed. I've got my customer vehicles and my employee toolbox all covered up so I don't get overspray on it. I've got a big fan here that sucks all the paint, all the fumes out, but still gonna be overspray. So yeah, pretty stoked. Let's get this thing sprayed. Alrighty, so I got the first coat down. There's definitely some light spots, so I'm gonna go back in, definitely shine a light and fix some of my spots that I got light. But I gotta let the paint harden in the can and then or harden in my mixing cup. It says that you gotta wait 30 minutes. So, but yeah, no, pretty stoked with color. Color looks good. I don't know if it does any justice on camera, but I'm pretty hyped. Well, I got a bunch of coats on it. Probably 3 in certain areas, 2 in most of everything. Really stoked with the way this came out. This looks great. I definitely got some runs and stuff. I'm not a painter, so it's to be expected, but color's really cool. I'm stoked. It's gonna look good with everything in it. So I'm gonna call it a day here. It's only Thursday, so I will be back Saturday, Sunday. Gonna probably get a bunch of stuff mocked up on it in the rear. We'll get the radiator mounted and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm stoked. This is gonna look really good. Hopefully it cures well and doesn't just come off. So I'm back, new day. The cage, as you can see, it is curing. I can still dig my fingernail into it pretty decent. So obviously it needs a lot more time. I figured it'd probably need a couple of weeks to fully get hard. This urethane paint, enamel paint takes quite a while to cure. So I'm going to work on mounting the body. I want to get front, rear clip, both the fenders, the bumpers, the hood, the trunk, the rear bumper, all of that. I want to get fitted on the car so it looks like a car, so I can really start figuring out exactly where everything is going to go. Obviously, it being what it is, being a pro type drift car, I'm not putting all of the factory supports back on. The rear, I kind of want it to mush a little bit. The front, I kind of want it to be able to kind of move around if it needs to. That way it just doesn't get cracked and broken and stuff when we tap a wall or hit another driver, something like that. So I'm going to try to figure that out now. And figure out where I'm cutting the frame rails. So I've kind of got to get my turbo placed up in this area here so I can figure out what I need for room. So, but the floor is an absolute disaster because it's wintertime here in New Hampshire. I got salt and sand and snow always dripping off of customer vehicles. So I'm going to do some little cleaning up, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. I'm figuring out where everything's. Alrighty, so I got the front end on. Everything's pretty close to being aligned. Like, actually really nice. I'm pretty stoked with it. I mean, my gaps are a little off. I think this fender kind of needs to go down or the hood needs to go up, but that's like really minor stuff. I'm probably doing a different hood anyway. This is just to kind of get it lined up. Also just need to get nose on it. It's probably gonna not have the perfect gaps when it's finished, but now I got to start building some bracing, temporary bracing anyway, from the frame up to the fenders to hold the fenders, the front bumper and stuff in place. That way I can actually pull the hood off and make permanent braces, but I got to try to figure all that out. So I'm gonna move on with that and see where we get, but I kind of like the flames. I don't know. Alrighty, so I had a thought, and I really wanted to do it, but I'm thinking with the lack of time that I have and everything, I think we're just gonna kind of scratch that plan and install the factory inner wheelhouses. They'll mount the fenders nice and easy. What I really wanted to do was build a tube structure that comes off the frame up to the fender and then back, and then kind of cover it in sheet metal. What that would have done would be making certain things a little easier, like mounting my coil packs. Also would clean up the engine bay a little bit. But just with the amount of time that I have, I don't think I'm gonna have time to actually fabricate all that. So I think what I'm gonna do is pick the hood back up. We'll install the factory inner wheelhouses, get everything mocked up, see if I have room for an exhaust. If I don't, then I'll have to cut this up a little bit. But yeah, I think that's the game plan. I really wanted to do something different, but I don't know if it's possible. All right, so one thing, the reason I wanted to do the tube structure was to kind of make everything able to move a little bit, because these go all the way out to the edge of the fenders here. But one thing I can do is separate this outer part from where the fender actually bolts to. So this is where the top of the fender bolts to. From here to here, this would be the outside of the fender. So I kind of want to leave this gap in case we touch something, it doesn't tear the fender up and everything. So we're going to try to separate this. It's glued like everything else is. So we're going to peel that off and try to get that outer skin separated from the inner part that we just need to hold the fender. Alrighty, so because the side skirts have been blown off this car numerous times, the bottom of the fender wouldn't attach to it. So what I did is we just grabbed some 1/4-inch solid round bar and a couple tabs, and the fender's now secured. It definitely sticks out a little on the bottom, but I'm not overly concerned about it. I just needed it to be pretty secure on the bottom there so it didn't flap in the breeze. That'll do it. Alrighty, so been a minute since I've recorded anything. Got the whole front end on. Inner fenders are in place. They're secured about as good as they're gonna get. I went and ripped the intake off of the caddy because I needed to know where that's gonna sit so I can figure out an intercooler. So I think we're good there. I'm gonna pull the water pump back off because it's actually holding the intake up a little bit. I'm not running a water pump anyway. But yeah, I think we can get going on. I'm going to pull a front bumper off, probably pull the hood off, and get figuring out the hot side. I got this V-band, this header cut back, and then this V-band welded on. So now I'm just trying to get the turbo in a position where this is lined up, so my intercooler sits, kind of not wonky or anything, and then also in a position where this header is just going to kind of wide, or just kind of do a 90 and then right into the inlet of the turbo. This one's going to have to do some funky stuff, but I think it'll work fine anyway. But I'm just trying to get the turbo position so I can actually build a bracket for it to mount it. So definitely kind of a little tricky on making this happen, but it'll come out good. Alrighty, so I got the passenger side of the hot side kind of all mocked up. Pretty stoked with it. Everything looks really good. This line's up pretty close, dead center to the throttle body. Obviously, getting an intercooler in there is definitely going to be tricky. It's not that far. It's probably a foot, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do there, but we'll have to figure that out. I also have to clear the driver's side hot side, which is going to go kind of up over here. So it's going to have to be definitely a little tricky. So I don't really have much room. I want to try to keep the turbo as far away from the accessories, my dry sump belt, the rack, all of that as possible. It's already going to be pretty tight with the turbo drain to the sway bar. Once that's in, I just got a piece of tube clamped in there now. It will hang down quite a bit from that because I'm going to put bearings on it when I build the sway bar, so there will be some room there, and then that'll go right into my that'll go right into the front of the oil pan there. I'll weld a bung in there, and that's where the turbo drain will go. But yeah, pretty stoked with that, and now I'll have enough room. Should have enough room to go up with a downpipe, so it'll go straight up over here, run nice and tight to this header, and then down in there. So I think we're in decent shape. I think I've got most of it figured out. It should work pretty well. So yeah, pretty hyped about it. Alrighty, so I've got all my collector running into the flange. It's all welded together. Now I'm just working on getting this side down to the manifold over there. I think we're going to end up having to do something like that, and then a bend to kind of shoot down into here, and then it'll be another bend or two to get up to the manifold. I do got to put a bellows in there somewhere, so that's something on my list, but basically I'm just trying to keep this whole area because I'll have a harmonic balancer sticking out probably to about there. The water manifold and alternator will be here and up here, so I'll have plenty of room there. The ICT alternator bracket I'm getting has a idler pulley that puts the belt right in this area here, so I should have plenty of clearance in this area. So that's my hope anyway. So I've got most of the hot side figured out. I need to order my accessory bracket and put an alternator on it. That way I can actually 100% see where the belt is going to route, because it's going to be tight down in here, and I just want to make sure I don't end up messing that up. So unfortunately, I'm out of time for today. So that's going to do it.
I appreciate you guys tuning in. I really hope you're enjoying the videos. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.